Welcome to the podcast, everyone. Hi, Wendy.
Hi, Myra.
Hi.
I get myself clicked in here. Sorry about that.
No worries. It's so good to be with you. I know that we were doing a little catch up before I hit the record button. It's really nice to catch up with you.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is really nice to catch up with you too. And we've got stuff up our sleeves.
Yes, we do. Stay tuned, peeps.
Yeah,
Stay
yeah.
tuned.
My- we can, put out the inquiry about, how would you guys feel about a retreat with Myra and I?
Yes. Yeah. Feels
Someplace really
good.
cool.
It feels good. It feels timely. So if you're interested in working with us in person, and we'd love to meet you. So
Yeah.
stay tuned for more information about that. Yes.
And Metatron hugs. He gives the greatest hugs.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else do you have going on?
Um, whew. I start my year-long program tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. Have a couple of free offerings for people as always. Next Friday, the 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have walk-in circle. So anyone who feels that they might be a walk-in, uh, have questions about walk-ins, love somebody who's a walk-in,
Yeah.
come on down. You'll find the registration on Metatron's Mystical Muse, and you can just go to events, and it's free. And then have our monthly evening of love with Metatron on Friday the 27th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And it's the same thing. Metatron will come, give a bit of a message, and then open it up for questions. So it's, again, please go to the Metatron's Mystical Muse website and sign up and come join
There you
us.
go.
It's the fun stuff, right? That's the fun stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have
Mhm.
Conscious Life Expo coming up February 20th, 21st, 22nd. Boy, oh boy, that is pretty wild. Um, Everyone that you know, Bashar will be there, Daryl will be there. I think that's a little extra to see him speak. It's a little extra for his tickets. There are some others that require payment, but you can pick up tickets for the whole 3 days. I have a workshop on Sunday. How auspicious is this? My workshop is on 2/22 at 2 o'clock.
I love that.
And they
I
gave
love
it to
it.
me. It was like, what?
There's some magic, right?
Yes, yes, I love it.
Yeah.
And I'll have a booth. I'm going to be sitting my butt down for 3 days talking to people. I have some specials that I offer for sessions. And so I'll be in the international room. That's like the main room, but it's 3 floors at the Hilton LAX.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. It
Yeah.
used to be like in the convention center, and then they moved it because they actually needed more space. So,
Yeah, it's really grown.
mhm. Yeah.
And then they used to have it on Super Bowl weekend, like every year. They did not care. They did not budge. It's like it was standard. And this year they switched it. Yeah. So it's a little later in February. So I imagine it's going to be pretty full. Lots of people.
Yeah, that's fabulous. That's fabulous. I hope you have a wonderful time.
Thank you. Yeah, I have to recover after because it's just so much talking. And
Yeah.
yes, so I know some people like, oh, I want to have lunch with you. I can't go to lunch. I eat at my booth. The only time it's like I barely eat. You have to
Right.
cram breakfast down your throat.
Yeah.
Then yes, so
Don't
it's
forget to keep yourself clear. Take
oh
some
yes.
sprays and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Yes, 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 absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've got some great questions for Metatron. I
Hmm.
am ready.
All right. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. I want to move this over here so it's not in my line of sight. All right. Have a good time.
Thanks.
He's been pretty spicy the last few weeks.
Oh, okay.
In a good way, right? Just very, very,
Love it.
very he's really encouraging these last few weeks. So,
Okay.
all right.
Thank
See
you.
you later.
See you later. For those listening for the first time, she's going to bring Metatron in. So we're going to pause here.
All right. Good day to you.
Good day, Metatron.
Good day, beloved one.
It is a good day. Today is my, I don't know, do you know feng shui? Do you know that word?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, today is remedy day. So when I'm done here, I'm going to make all these energy adjustments in my home. I take the day
Excellent.
off and yeah, I'm excited. It's a very powerful way to support my home, myself.
Right.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So I'm excited today.
Yeah. Oh, well, we had our woman. She has a prayer altar,
Mhm.
uh, and we had her remove all the old prayers today, and
Yeah.
open the space for more. So that's our feng shui for today. Right?
Yes, yes, I love that. Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you.
Mhm.
We've got some good questions, but
Excellent.
I know that we've been delayed a little bit, right, in meeting. And I guess I'd love to just ask you about what advice you have for uh, humanity now today. Time seems to be moving quick. It's February already. Um, what do you want to say to everyone about what's happening and the energies?
We would like you to please look at humanity as a collective and stand firm in that vision, because there are so many energies and individuals that are trying to break apart what is your unity or your unisonness. And so it doesn't mean that you have to believe a certain way. You don't have to agree with anyone else. But if you're looking up at humanity as a collection of souls as opposed to a collection of personalities, you will be able to hold the vision of unity, of peace, of clarity,
Mm,
right? And that is really important right now. But there are many around the world that are marching or standing, bearing witness to things that are out of balance,
mhm,
right? So if you're standing witnessing things that are out of balance, you have the opportunity to help to create remedy for the imbalance. And it starts within you.
mhm,
Make sure that you are grounded. Make sure that you maintain neutrality so that you may respond as opposed to reacting, right? remember that you are that point that, where heaven and earth meets. All of these things help to, because it starts here and moves out. That's what we want to remind everyone. It starts with you.
Mm-hmm.
Starts with you. If you are judging, if you're angry, if you're screaming at your cell phone as you read things, then you're not neutral.
Right.
And you are
Mm-hmm.
adding to the chaos as opposed to helping to bring balance. And we spoke about this a couple months ago, right? But here we are again.
Yes, yes.
Here we are again because it is still important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You mentioned stay grounded. Can you tell everyone what are symptoms of not being grounded? What would
Well,
someone feel?
spinning out,
Mm-hmm.
lashing out,
Mm-hmm.
uh, becoming angry very quickly. Um, Also, it looks like not being able to focus on the things that you need to focus on each and every day, right? You feel uh, kind of disconnected. You might injure yourself. You might keep bumping into things. You might have car accidents. Accidents are part of being ungrounded as well. So those are
Mm-hmm.
all some things to look at if that is happening in your own life, right?
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Indeed.
Thank you for all of that. All
Mhm.
right. So, questions here. Someone wrote here, we've heard you speak of timelines. I
Mhm.
would love to hear what causes a timeline to collapse.
Mhm. Well, there's a number of reasons, right? The You must understand that timelines are living things.
Okay.
And so if you look at things from a very pulled back position, right? Timelines have, let's say, beginnings and completions. And so many times a timeline will be complete, so it will quote unquote collapse, or it will just kind of fold in on itself because it's no longer needed. You're not walking or learning through that timeline. So that
Okay.
is one of the reasons. Some of the other timelines, um, they shift through the collective consciousness, right? If there
Mm-hmm.
is a timeline, let's call it the timeline of peace. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And so a timeline can condense, or it can stretch out. Right
Mm.
now, it looks like your planet's timeline for peace is really long.
Yes. Okay. For sure. Uh-huh.
But if people intentionally and collectively begin to focus on what is peace within themselves, how do they move through the world in peace, like the monks are walking for
Yes.
peace, right? That begins to shorten the timeline, because the timeline being shortened means it'll be less time before peace is possible, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, the collective impacts the timelines as well. You, as an individual, have timelines. And at the end of those timelines stands an aspect of you that's already finished, already
Already
complete,
complete.
already complete. If there's
Yes.
something you're trying to manifest, there's that aspect of you that's already manifested it. You know,
Yes.
so you have multiple timelines and multiple aspects. You can imagine that you walk on your own timeline and merge with that you that already has the manifestation, already has the $1 million, right?
Yeah.
Right? Celebrate and the merge, and then you back that out on your timeline back to where you are right now. And as you're backing that out, you can begin to see the steps, the feelings that you have to take to get there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're working with your own timelines to shorten the distance between here and what it is that you're desiring. Yeah?
I
So
love that. Yes. So these timelines are experienced collectively and individually.
yes, and please
Yes.
understand that timelines don't just exist here on your little planet, right?
Right.
Timelines, uh, are throughout the cosmos.
Mm-hmm.
They're not linear. In our woman's imagination, when she's working with timelines, she sees them as linear because that's what she sees. It doesn't matter, but just understanding that they are not linear. Sometimes your timelines are spirals, sometimes your timelines are in a wave
Yes.
pattern. So it is not necessary to see them as linear or solid or straight, because they are not. They're living, moving things,
Mm-hmm.
consciousness, right?
So interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that helpful?
Oh, yes. Yes, it
Okay.
does. Mm-hmm.
I think
Thank
we
you.
explained the timeline thing, right?
All right. So here's a question from a listener. We know there are portals everywhere, but can we humans create a portal and how?
Yeah, humans create portals more frequently than they think that they do. Unfortunately, a lot of times humans create portals through trauma,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've kind of seen that within the work that you do, right? A trauma happens and a portal opens, right? To consciously open a portal, mm, there needs to be a reason for opening a portal. You're not going to
Mm-hmm.
just go out and say, okay, I want to open a portal in my
Right?
backyard today, right?
Yeah.
It takes intention, it takes connection, it takes understanding of of why portals open, how portals open, and we're not going to be giving that information, right?
Okay.
People can
Gotcha.
begin to explore this for themselves. Portals can be open and closed. So if you have a portal in your backyard that you feel that has been there for a while and you don't like the feeling of it, you can go out and you can say your prayers, set your intentions, and imagine that you just close that portal down.
Mm-hmm.
Portals move.
Okay.
So think of all the portals in Sedona,
Yes.
right? They're not stagnant. You will go to Sedona one time and Cathedral Rock will be juicy and buzzing. The
Okay.
next time you go, not so much. You're wondering, is it me? Right?
Okay.
The portals can move.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, they are doorways, basically.
Yes.
Doorways
Always.
between here, what is your physical world, into what is, let's call it, otherworldly, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everybody goes, I want to open a portal and go through it. Well, where are you going?
Scary.
And how do you get back? Those are
Yes.
questions. Those are questions you ask yourself before saying, well, Metatron says I can open a portal.
Yes.
Where does that portal lead?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for those, lots of star seeds work with portals, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they have an understanding, even if it's just a gut feeling of where those portals go,
Mm.
right? So there's, you know, kind of two ways to look at this, right?
Of course. Yes. Okay. So, speaking of portals on your property, there could also be portals in your home that maybe don't have a good feeling, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, what do you suggest someone that has, an eerie feel in a particular room?
Okay. You clear the room. You do prayers. You ask that anything that is there, go back to where it came from, or ask it to leave entirely.
Hmm.
Um, we will say that one thing to be aware of in working with portals is that places that have water running underneath them, it's more difficult to close a portal, right? Because when you're closing a portal, you're kind of like grounding it. You're releasing it back into Gaia. The the houses that have like a spring running underneath them, or have, they're right on top of the sewer running underneath them,
Oh, yeah.
it's really difficult, almost impossible to ground through the water.
Mm,
So they have to find different ways to close and alleviate the portals, right?
okay.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
And know that if this is what you're feeling, trust what you feel.
Hmm.
You can set a protection for yourself. You can ask your guides for help in closing the portal. Not all portals are happy portals.
That's right. Yeah.
Sometimes your portals
Mm.
have been, you know, connected with that which is not light.
Right, right. And it was there even before sometimes the structure
Mhm,
was there, correct?
mhm. Yeah, many times, yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, my woman and I have done some portal work. We had a friend whose home would would get cleared out energetically, and then all of a sudden there's, just a flow of spirits moving in all the time. And what we did was we found out that the area right near the home had been a battlefield in the Civil War, and
Mm.
that there was a spring that ran underneath the property, right under the basement of the home, right?
Mm.
And so uh, we shifted that, not by worrying so much about closing the basement, even though we did work upon the basement and the portal,
Hmm.
right? But we actually went out and we sanctified the land.
Mm.
We sanctified the land to put all that had died
Yes.
there, to bring them to peace,
Yes, yes.
to help any to leave that were
Mm.
looking to leave. That
Hmm.
was the work that we did. And then we closed the portal. So
Yeah,
so just be aware that, your portal may be connected to something that's, not your back bedroom. Look a little bit broader. Look to see what the property was before the home was built. Do a little homework.
of
Mm,
course. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
indeed.
Hmm. You earlier spoke about, trauma, right? And actually, this question is mine with the work that I do. Um, why does the soul hold on to trauma? Why isn't there a better way to release it when you transition? Why do we bring the fears, the trauma? with us.
Right. Well, let us start off by saying that the soul doesn't feel trauma. It doesn't feel anger. It doesn't feel hate. The soul is pure light and love.
Okay.
But it, every experience that the soul has in whatever form, this lifetime it is human form, right? Other
Mm-hmm.
lifetimes it is different form. It gets, for lack of a better understanding, imprinted on the soul. And so the soul carries that imprint lifetime after lifetime after lifetime,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some lifetimes, the imprint of trauma is kind of recycled to use it again for the lessons and the blessings that it
Mm-hmm.
brings. You're not living the old trauma, but the old trauma, the old uh, patterns will begin to trigger things in your life so that you can
Yes.
have a deeper understanding of trauma, you know what you're here to learn from that in this lifetime.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. And I understand that some of my clients, it's like they're fine. And then all of a sudden there's a trigger. They don't even know that
Mhm.
they were triggered. Now um, there's a certain behavior and a pattern that becomes a part of
Yeah,
them. And
yeah,
it's, they're just lost why they're feeling the way they do. So
right,
yeah,
right.
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it is. Nothing is ever lost, right? Nothing
Mhm.
ever goes away,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because why? Because God I am. There's only you.
Hmm.
You, as God I am, you hold it all.
Yes.
You are that container for everything in the cosmos,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
So, so yeah,
Thank you.
indeed.
All right. So this might have been asked in a prior, we talked about dragons, but someone wants to know, were dragons physically on Earth? And if so, why did they physically leave?
Well, there was a period of time where their work was elsewhere.
Okay.
It's not that they were run off or abandoned, but dragons are uh, a race of beings that protect,
Hmm.
right? And so they move through the cosmos to the places that they're needed to be, right?
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
So yes, the dragon tribes have been coming back to Gaia for quite a while,
Hmm.
right? Because why? Because your Gaia is important. You know,
Yes.
your Gaia is important to not only you and humanity, but the impact moves out through the universe. So to protect this planet, right? There are ancient beings, dragons, galactics coming back to assist in anchoring,
Yeah.
right? Anchoring and protecting.
Hmm. Okay.
Does this answer that question?
Yeah, it does. Yes, and I know you mentioned that the dragon energy that they are when I asked about the Dragon Canyon, you mentioned that they are
Right. Two
um
years 2 years ago in 2024 in the fall, there was a planetary energetic alignment, and three dragon tribes came. One
wow.
anchored in the Grand Canyon, one anchored in the area of what you would call Tulum, right? And then
Yes.
Machu Picchu. So that
Yeah,
there was a
beautiful.
type of triangulation that occurred, right?
Hmm. Beautiful.
Yeah.
How do we connect with the dragon energy? And is it
You,
even necessary to connect with them for
oh,
protection? And
you're welcome. They welcome uh your invitations,
okay.
right? And as we teach in channeling, one of the greatest things you can do is create relationship with your guidance, with the dragons, right? And you do that by inviting them into your space and talking to them and carrying on conversations and asking them to
Mm.
go to the grocery store with you, right?
Yes.
This solidifies the connection, and it solidifies relationship. And relationship, you know how important it is to make the um the flow of communication easier.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So do you need anything fancy to call them? No, you sit down, you breathe, you open your heart, and you just imagine that you are a radio tower and send out the invitation to the dragon tribes and ask if one will come or a council will come. It is your choice,
Mm. I love
right?
that.
Yeah. You can
Beautiful.
connect with their consciousness.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm. Thank you.
Indeed.
Um, all right. Someone here is asking, what's moving beneath the earth right now that humanity would not understand?
What's moving?
That's the question.
Well,
Or
there
maybe
are.
moving or living or,
Oh,
existing
well,
beneath the earth.
there are whole cultures that live subterraneally, right?
Right.
Particularly in the area of Antarctica. Mm, you would be able to find the proof of ancient civilizations, many that lived upon your planet, like the Mayans,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
They went underground, right? Many of them. So,
Mm.
the Grand Canyon, the places where there aren't so many, what one of the places in your country is what is called the Appalachian Mountains, right?
Yes, yes, we've talked
Appalachian
about
or
that.
Appalachian,
Yeah.
however you pronounce it, right? That
Yes.
is a massive,
Yes.
massive area, right?
Hmm.
Sedona. I mean, there's just so many places on your planet that you hear the stories of, seeing Bigfoot or whatever it is, right? Uh,
Hmm.
that is what's happening, is that the beings that live underground are being spotted above ground sometimes,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
And everyone thinks that going down into the center of the earth would be dark, but it is not, right?
Right.
It is not. There's openings for sun. There's all kinds of natural, how do we call it? Natural energy, natural light.
Yes. Um, because I've had many, many sessions where my clients are subterranean. And but there's light. They know that there is light. And when I ask, where's the light coming from? Where is it coming from? It's
Mhm,
sometimes it's crystals that it's
mhm.
just light. But yeah, it's almost sunny, but there's no sun. It's
Right,
just
right.
pretty wild.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, it's known in some circles, right? There's a lot of information about what is under Antarctica, right?
Mhm.
But makes you wonder why more people aren't aware. right? It's
Mhm.
difficult to find the entrances into these places, right?
Sure.
There's lots who have tried, and some have stayed subterraneanly, and some have just gotten lost, right? So we don't encourage people to try to find the way
Right.
in unless unless you're being guided by someone who's already been there.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah.
I want to share with you that I have some very, very dear friends that purchased a home very close to Mount Shasta.
Mhm.
And I want to take a little credit for them buying this house because they were looking for months and something came to me. It's like, have you looked by Mount Shasta? And they found their dream home on 14 acres. And the day they arrived, um, they sent me a picture. There was a footprint right beside the house, like wasn't even hidden. They didn't have to go search for it. It was right there. And um, I said, please get a measuring tape.
Yeah.
Go get a measuring tape and measure it and send me the picture. And it was between 15 and 16 inches. I mean, it was very clear footprint with the toes. And
Yeah.
they're just beyond thrilled because they love you and the conversations that we've had about Sasquatches. And she is now leaving gifts and a little bit
Ah,
of food to begin to, um, gain their trust. And do you have any, maybe you're picking up on the energy. Do you have a message that they may enjoy?
well, well, what we're hearing is that if they will leave a little bit of their hair around the property,
Interesting. Why is that?
well, well, it creates a bridge, kind of, right? But it also it anchors the property to their energy. And so when the beings are coming in, they feel the energy. They can align with that. It's like a howdy neighbor kind
Okay.
of a thing, right? Howdy neighbor. And one of the things that they can do is to go out and do toning and light language and play drums and music, sing, go out and just speak at a normal voice or a little bit louder than normal, that all beings are welcome, you know all light beings are welcome, let's put it
Yes. Yes.
that. All light beings are welcome. So
Yeah.
these are all just simple things, but practical, and they will work.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll appreciate that. Okay. I can
Beautiful.
see her cutting her hair. Leaving.
Doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
done, but you could just kind of leave it randomly
Interesting.
around the property.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. Um, here's a question. Can you speak about Telos? We're talking a lot about underground civilizations, but can you speak about Telos, the civilization underneath Mount Shasta?
What do you want to know? It is a civilization of what you would refer to as galactic beings that have been on this planet from the beginning, right?
Okay.
They have been grounders. They have been working with the ley lines and working with Gaia herself to help in her evolutionary process. Right?
Mm,
For a great while, they were more interested in Gaia than they were in humans. Right? Well,
mhm,
now the collaboration has begun, right?
okay.
specifically over the last 10 years, Telosian human collaboration has begun that is much more, much greater than in the past, right?
Okay.
So they have everything that they need, right?
Yeah.
Hydroponics, grow their food, they have
Wow.
all of their technology. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Masculine and feminine beings, both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they're doing their work.
Yes, yes.
And often, when you're in Shasta, you'll meet someone that is Telosian, right? Is from
Oh, okay.
Telos, right? Our woman,
Hmm.
uh, and another person that she had gone to Shasta with, were sitting on a rock, kind of in the middle of just a big old pasture.
Hmm. Okay.
A few trees around,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they're just sitting there talking because they were creating a retreat. And all of a sudden, two individuals kind of come walking up and greet them and say hello. And our woman turned her head to look at her friend and turned back, and they were nowhere to be found.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it was very cool. She will remember that always, right?
Yes.
Yes. So,
Interesting. Okay. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, here is another question. This is from M Spec. She or he asks Metatron, where is home and what does it look like?
That's a really great question. And the question that we will ask back is, which home?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Every single lifetime, you have a different home.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
may have a point of origin, right? But each lifetime, your home is someplace different. This lifetime, it's Gaia. It might have been the Pleiades, right? In other times. And you have moved as a soul to points in the cosmos that you don't even have a name for,
Hmm.
right? And so, just so happens that this time, this is home, right?
Hmm.
I know this individual's looking to find out who and what they are. The understanding that you are not defined by where home has been. You are not defined by being a Pleiadian. You're not defined by being a Telosian. You are not defined by being an Arcturian, right?
Hmm.
Because most of you have a piece from each of those places imprinted on your soul.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Thank you. All right. Here's another Metatron. Why do some people choose to experience addiction when they come to Earth?
Mhm. Mhm. Why do people come to have the experience of being tall or blonde? Right? It is just for the experience,
Hmm.
strictly for the experience, strictly for the growth that it provides for the soul on a soul level, right? The the circumstances of the life, because you're living it. You're living the highs and the lows. You're living the happies and the sads, right? But the soul is very, very neutral. it sees all of these things almost like a science project, right? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
having this experience in this lifetime, what does that look like? What's the lesson within this? What is the blessing? What's the takeaway that the soul, goes home with? And when the soul goes home, it's back to the heart of source, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's a hard thing to understand, because when things are hard, when things are painful, when there's trauma, when there's grief, it's hard for the human being to see the purpose of it, right? Because it
Yes.
hurts so bad. It's, why is this happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But in every single incidence, there is a lesson and a blessing. Sometimes the lesson and the blessing are the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And your evolution continues,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah. This earth is, set up that nobody can go through it without any trauma, right? Nobody can go through it without grief, pain,
Right.
anger. So, this is the platform of being here. It is one of the densest places,
Mm-hmm.
and the soul is gathering so much from your journey here,
Yes. They sure are.
because you think of it as your life, but it's really the soul's journey. Yeah, that's really
Yeah,
important to remember,
it
right?
is. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm.
That's the schism, right, between the ego and the soul,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everybody says, well, it's my life, I'm making the choices. Are you? Hmm.
Right.
Or are those coming from your soul, who knows what's needed in this lifetime to help you take the next step?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yes. And I know we've mentioned, or you've mentioned this before, how people say I'm not coming back here. I am
Ah,
never
yes.
coming back.
I'm not
Yeah.
taking another life.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well,
And that's
that's
the
okay.
human. Yeah, that's the
That's okay.
human.
The human can do whatever the human needs to do to get through the day, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But it's the soul aspect that goes back home and then sits down and makes another plan. What do we
Mm-hmm.
want to do next time? What's important?
Yes.
Right? That's important.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Indeed.
All
Mm.
right. Here's a question about Ayurvedic practices. What are your thoughts on it?
What practices?
Sorry. What are your thoughts on Ayurvedic? Am I saying that right?
Oh,
Practices?
Ayurvedic, yeah, Ayurvedic practices have been around for thousands of years. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It's a study of plants and human systems, and it's very precise, and it is a brilliant system,
Mm-hmm.
right? It works. Ayurveda, the Ayurvedic systems work for and on everyone, right?
Yes. Okay.
The challenge is that it's such a deep system that it takes so long to really become a master of of
Yes.
of Ayurvedics, right?
Mm-hmm.
That some people have difficulty being, engaged for that amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
But it is brilliant, yeah. Very very
Yeah.
holistic, yeah.
It is very holistic, yes, and even it's such a challenge to use natural products that don't affect us. And this question actually came from a friend of mine who has been deeply studying, and she's sharing a 30-day right now. She's doing social media where she's giving advice about even your shampoos, your soaps, and
Mhm.
sunscreen, all the things that we put on our body that are horrible for us.
Right.
It's hard to
Right.
escape it.
Well, yeah and no,
Right.
right? It depends on the choices that you make. And
Mm,
people make the choices on what's important to them.
mhm.
Right? And so if it's important not to put all the chemicals in the body that are creating havoc within, then they make the choice to use things that are clean.
Right.
Right? Um, if somebody else goes, I can't afford that stuff, I'm going to go with, Johnson and Johnson. Well, that's their choice, and the pursuant journey, right?
Hmm.
So, but
Yes.
Ayurveda is a brilliant. mm, we're just gonna call it a modality because we don't know what else to call it, right?
Okay. Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah,
Very good. Thank you so much.
indeed.
Yeah, so Metatron, what final advice do you have for the collective today? What would you like to say?
Hmm. Hmm. So many things to say. So we're just going to remind people to stop dragging around things that are no longer serving them,
Mhm.
whether it be relationships, whether it be, uh, you know, jobs, no matter what it is, it really is the time to let go of the past because you've stepped into a new aeon, right? A new
Okay.
12,000 year cycle. And for those that are trying to bring the things that aren't working into this year, it's going to be painful. Going to be
Interesting.
painful.
Yeah.
So start small. You
Hmm.
can start letting go of some of your uh, you know ways of thinking, your ways of being. Become more sovereign. Let go of the toxicity.
Hmm.
Right? This year is meant to elevate humanity. And those things that aren't serving you anymore are like ankle weights
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
do not allow you to rise to the frequency of this year. Right? There's so many people that have cluttered houses that they live with things that aren't working, you know, don't have anything to do with their lives anymore, but they kind of like
Yes.
have it there just because, well, that cost $12, right?
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
It is time to release all that is not serving,
Hmm.
right? And so that is our greatest hope for everyone over this next month, that they'll be able to identify those places, those things that aren't working,
That's right.
and find a way to give it up.
Hmm.
Give it to God, right? Give it to Gaia, whoever you want to give it to, right? But when you're able to release what's not serving you anymore, what's the upside?
Hmm.
Freedom.
Hmm.
Freedom. Light. So,
I
and we
love that.
wish that for everyone. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
We wish that for everyone.
Thank you. That's a wonderful reminder.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. We have had our channel purging.
Yes, I do the same.
Right?
Yeah, especially corners in the house, yeah, bags and just bags of stuff that I've let go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
interesting that, you know, our woman is releasing the old way of talking to herself.
Okay.
That nagging, insistent voice that says, "Oh, you're not good enough," or "Oop, you can't do this," or "Oop," you know, and that has been her challenge for the last couple of months, to be
Yeah.
continually letting go of that, leaving that
Mhm.
behind. So
Mm.
even if that's all someone does, becomes aware of how you're speaking to yourself, and understand that that negative commentary is no longer serving you,
That's right.
and work on letting that go, work on letting something else take its place.
Mhm.
Right. So,
Excellent. Thank
indeed.
you.
Yes, indeed. So,
All right.
anything else for today, beloved one?
We are complete.
All right. As always, it has been our pleasure to be with you. Yeah,
Thank you. Yes, it
indeed.
is always. Thank you, Metatron. Till next
Indeed.
time.
Until next time. Yes, indeed. Namaste.
Namaste. Welcome back.
Hi.
Hi.
Whew.
Fun, as always. Enlightening with him.
That went really fast. It felt like it went really fast.
It's a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit shorter, but that's all the questions we had. So I absolutely encourage people, please don't forget to send questions. You can leave it as in comments. You can put it on YouTube. You can put it on Metatron's Mystical Muse page. Questions, questions. Yes, bring
Yeah.
them on.
Yes.
We love them.
Yes, please. Yes. Yes. If you don't ask questions, Metatron will just bring his stuff.
Which isn't bad, which isn't
Which is,
bad. We
I'm
he gave
teasing, right?
wonderful advice today. Yes.
We'll just talk, right? If you don't have
Yep.
questions, we'll just talk.
Yes. All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us
Thank
here
you.
today. We appreciate it. Until next time, have a
Yes.
wonderful February.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.